everybody, my name is Serena Anderson and I help people transform and expand their consciousness. Right now it is a very exciting time. We are having so much going on with the planet, and we are now being able to see and comprehend things that were very, very difficult before. We're seeing more and more evidence of this as well. And today we're going to be talking about how to get in contact with your spirit guides, how to get in contact with your higher self, and to realize that it is a matter of vibration and frequency. So stay tuned. We're going to have a great show today talking about our beautiful spirit guides. All right, guys. So some people may think, oh, this is freaky, scary. That's, what those mediums and psychics and that's weird. And I don't want anything to do with that. And I have to say, I understand where you're coming from. This has been a belief system, and sometimes we have been raised in different religions, or we're in a certain type of family that would frown upon this type of understanding or even just diving into this subject. So I do understand that there are some limiting beliefs in this arena, and that we've been trained to think that that's not something that we can connect to, that we are disconnected from God, from source, and that we're these little beings down here just trying to figure it out. But there is a huge shift and change in consciousness that is becoming available, and this is very, very exciting because the veil is thinning. We're being able to understand more of why we are here on this planet. And if you are having any of these types of questions, why am I here? What is going on? Why am I now realizing that there are so many things that are backwards in this society, from the healthcare system, the food systems, the school systems, all these outdated programs. The more and more that we're realizing this, the more and more we're seeing that we're waking up, and we can see this on a mass scale, people questioning things and taking their power back. And it's so beautiful to see this transformation. And some people might be asking, how is this happening? Or why is this happening? Why is this happening now? And something that I would like to share with you is the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance is it's a scale that shows the heartbeat of the earth, the magnetic field of the earth. And this beautiful scientific scale of measuring the hertz and the frequency of the planet has started to see massive influx in frequency to the planet. And this is very beautiful because the frequency of the planet also vibrates within each one of us. We are all energy, we are all frequency. Our brain waves have a frequency state as well. And we're gonna be talking a lot about brainwave states, consciousness expansion, how we are a part of the earth. And I'm just super thrilled, super excited to dive into multiple of these aspects. So please stay tuned. I am planning to make videos every single week, and I'm excited to share what I have discovered on my journey. And so please like and subscribe to this video. I am working very hard to get this channel rocking and rolling to share this. Spirit has been just nudging me and saying, it is time. You've got to take action. So I am here, I am showing up, I am doing this. So anyway, spirit guides. So by tapping into our inner being, we gain the access of being able to time travel. I mean, that's the easiest way to say it. There is no time. Time doesn't truly exist. That's something that humans have created and made as part of our construct. But consciousness and the expansiveness of where we come from doesn't have this time. So we can go into our subconscious mind and be able to communicate with spirit guides, with loved ones who have passed over, consciousness levels. And a big part of how to do this is simply, the first step is always the hardest step because it's actually just getting to that first step. So if you're here watching this video, then it's probably because something has come across your mind. You've either felt like you have heard or experienced a loved one who has passed over and you're like, what? Or you have had this feeling or inspiration of wanting to communicate with your spirit guides, and that is such a beautiful experience. And congratulations for taking the steps to dive into this more and to figure out how this is possible, because it's possible for every single person. We have our connection to our spirit guides and to our angels and goddess energy. There, any type of resonation that you have access to, okay? And it doesn't have to be this religious thing. This is just part of our abilities as humans on this planet. And so the first step is intention. So when I am preparing to communicate and access my spirit guides, I will start breathing very deeply. Seeing my head chakra opening, my higher level chakras opening, and I say, I am now intending to connect with my spirit guides, ascended masters, spirit beings that are benevolent, that are here to help guide and direct me for my highest and best good. Connecting my mind with my heart. And I allow myself to get calm. I allow myself to connect my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I allow that connection to come through. And I have faith that I am being heard, and the knowing that I am not alone. We are not just physical beings down here on this planet wandering around, working and sleeping and hardly even having a life. because most people just work and sleep. And there's so much more. There's so much more that you have the ability to access by connecting in, by slowing down. Then what I'll do is I'll keep breathing very deeply in and out. And then I will ask a question. I will sometimes just allow my thoughts to slow. And then sometimes I'll start getting images that will start coming up, or a song, a poem, a book name. And I allow this connection to be open. And you'll feel into it. Feeling into it. And realizing that we have a very beautiful innate connection to guidance. We're not disconnected. I promise you that. There's so much more going on than, like I said, just working and sleeping. The paradigms are shifting. So you will be able to start to make this a practice. It's something that you have to cultivate and develop, this strength and this intuition and this feeling. And the only way that you're able to fully do that is by practicing and by doing it and by feeling it. And like anything, being a basketball player, you gotta practice, right? What have you practiced to get really good at? So it takes a little bit of time to start feeling into it. And the important part is to express that you are only allowing benevolent beings to come in, to come through your consciousness. So the other thing of how this whole thing works is we have a magnetic field all around us, a biomagnetic field. It's been proven by scientists. They can measure it. There's a magnetic field around the Earth, around the sun, around planets. Even when the birds, when they're flying down south and they're all like in a V-shaped, they're all in congruence. They're all in an energy flow. And this is the same type of energy that we have around us. This energy allows us to connect in. It allows us to gain access and wisdom like never before. I mean, it has increased so substantially. And the reason to this as well is because the resonance and the hertz, the frequency of the planet is rising out of a alpha stage and getting more into the beta stage, which is a more an awakened consciousness state. And that's the same of our brainwaves. In the alpha state is more of a more asleep, more dreamy state. And the beta state is the more alert, awakened state. So there is some very exciting things. It's allowing us to tap in. Don't be afraid. Know that when you put your command as a sovereign being, that you are only allowing benevolent beings to communicate and connect with you, that the spiritual world has to listen and abide by your requests. And while I'm on that topic, it's very important to clean your aura field. Okay? Your aura field, when it gets really corroded and uncleaned by emotions, by unforgiveness, by anger, by all of these things that get stored right here. You doggies down here. Dodgy. Let's see, where was it at? Your emotions and all this energy gets stored in your aurical field. We're going to be talking more about this as I introduce tuning forks and the energy of tuning forks and how that clears and cleanses your field around you. And there's an actual frequency and resonance of the tuning forks and how it brings your body into vibration. And the tuning forks will actually hit a mass. It's plasma, but it actually has a mass with the frequency. And when it hits it, of say like an old trauma or something that happened in your life but hasn't really truly been dealt with, that tuning fork frequency will actually hit it because it's in dissonance, and so you can feel it in your aura field. So when there's these types of masses in there, that's where it can cause you to be in dissonance, and it makes it harder to connect to spirit guides. It makes it harder to manifest things, and it allows for other spirit beings or energies, let's say, to infiltrate your being. Okay, so it's really important to demand right now that you are a sovereign being, and there is no permission of any spiritual or spirit energies allowed in or around your body or aurical field, only for the highest and best good of you and your body, but everything else and anything else must be cleared and cleansed away. And that's also why I like to do, just to add in a little bit of the fun physical ritual part, is saging or sweetgrass, and clearing and cleansing once again. Our intention, what we intend out of our minds going out, is a creating force. And so realizing that when we have an intention of what we want and what we're doing and how it's happening, that's going to be reflected, and that's going to create what we want. So yes, I hope that this helps a little bit. I think the biggest thing is just not being afraid, not being scared, and realizing that you have so much help and that you can get in contact with deceased loved ones, spirit guides. They will communicate with you. I'll tell you a little bit about one of mine experiences that I had, and that was when I was doing a regression and going back to meeting one of my spirit guides. And I suddenly started seeing lots of fairies. It was this fairy land. It was very, very beautiful. And this fairy had come forward, and I started conversing. And she said her name was Samantha, and that I was a fairy before, and that I'm here to anchor light and to spread love and peace and joy and raise the vibration of the planet, and that I was infinitely guided and directed, and that I can do anything that I want by putting my mind to it and by calling on the assistance and help and knowing that it's there and moving forward and letting go. It was such a moving experience. When I started leaving, it was very emotional. I was very sad. I was really sad that I was leaving, and I felt so peaceful and I felt so at home, and yeah, it was amazing. So it's transformed my life by being able to have this additional assistance, and that's why I want to share it with you, because it can feel super alone sometimes on this planet, and I just want you to know that you're not alone, and you have help. You have help. And also, I just want to say too is if you're interested, feel free to find me on Instagram. It is Serena Anderson 11. And if you are wanting to communicate or ask questions or anything like that, please feel free to send me a message. And always feel free to like and subscribe to this video. I'm excited about doing more and more videos and sharing what I know and what I've learned as doing hypnosis, as living my life, my awakenings, these transformations that I've gone through. I'm just super excited to share what I've experienced. And you know, this isn't super easy for me, because it's something that I have to really step outside of my comfort zone and be able to share this and be okay that not everyone's going to resonate, or that not everybody's going to understand, or that whatever the case may be. But you know what? I have to do this. And I would love to hear your story as well in your life. So thank you so much for watching today. My name is Serena Anderson, and I help people transform and expand their consciousness. And until next time, namaste. I love you. Thank you. Keep your head up. And I'm so proud of you for being here today and for expanding your thought patterns. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.